What up? What up, Zavi? I am first. Yeah, you are. I think. How you doing, dude? I gotta turn down my volume. There we go. How's life, big dog? I've tried to make Shrinky Dink and they all failed, so I'm upset. I've actually been here, but hello. All right, guys. There's enough to go around. There's enough to go around. Hello. Sadly, I found only one new song. Damn. We're gonna need to get a new DJ, I think. No, I'm just playing, Doug. It's all good. You can let me know and we'll queue it up. Oh, it's been a long week for me, sort of. I was really fucking tired on Monday. I did not sleep well at all, and so I didn't take the day off. I worked that day because I've been taking too much insomnia time off. You know. All right, well, time for my job. You got a job, dude? All right, go do your thing. And freaking, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I didn't stream Monday, obviously, because I was super out of it. And then I'm still kind of out of it today. I went to the doctor today to talk to him about my sleep issues because it's been a chronic thing my whole life, and it's I think it's time I probably start doing something about it. He recommended CBT therapy or medication, so my DJ job I meant. Oh, gotcha, dude. Gosh, I thought you were taking off. So I'm probably gonna look for a therapist, I guess, to help me fucking sleep. Uh, Pomena by Squeezy. Uh, that's sort of where I'm at. I saw a dude. I don't know if I told you guys this last week because this definitely this is something I should have brought up last weekend, but I didn't bring it up last weekend. I saw a guy completely. I don't know. He must have been high on drugs or something because he was like chilling in the bushes, covering himself in mud. It was like one of the one warm days, and the fucking crazies were out in full force near where I live, and this dude was just covering himself in mud. He was like covered in mud, like full on, like he just had like he basically had blackface. Like his face was like fully mudded up. It was insane because it was like 12 p.m. on a really busy street, but he was like hidden in the bushes. So if I wouldn't have like turned my head at that exact angle, I wouldn't have seen him. It was super strange. Anyways, hello, Dave. How you doing, dog? I don't know what the moral of that story is. Drugs are bad, okay, I guess is the moral there. But ooga booga, how you doing, Victoria? I thought about you today, Victoria. I was gonna message you about something that was relevant to you, I think. So I was at a clinic waiting to meet my doctor today, and there's this lady sitting across from me who gets a phone call. Can you check the art section real quick? I will check it in 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I'm just gonna finish this tangent and then I'll check it. So I'm sitting across from this lady. It's literally just me and her and this other old lady, like in a lobby. Okay, waiting at the doctor's office. So I'm chilling. I'm chilling. There's like two chairs in the corner here, and then there's like rows of chairs here, and then there's like chairs here, and this lady's just in a wheelchair, so she's like here, right? Big lady, and and I'm sitting right here, and the old lady is like over here or whatever. And this lady gets a call, dead silent in the entire waiting room, by the way. Like you can't like it's just dead quiet. You could hear the keyboard of the fucking nurse at the counter, who's like behind this counter here, right? Behind this glass wall and door or whatever. And this lady gets a call and she takes it on speakerphone. And I guess it's her next medical appointment, trying to schedule a time, and they're just straight up talking about what she's doing. And then what did I wrote it down somewhere. I gotta find out what the fuck they said to her. I think they called it. They were like, okay, so we're gonna schedule you for. I wrote it down because I sent a message to my buddies because I was like, what the fuck did I just hear? They said, are you ready? What date would be ideal for your pelvis and transvaginal appointment? And I was like, what the fuck is this lady getting done? And I'm just sitting there, and she's just like casually talking to this nurse on the phone about her fucking pussy. Okay, and I'm just like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck a transvaginal something, whatever I just said. I don't know what the fuck that is. And she's just, not turning down the volume. She could have, but she wasn't. Okay, she wanted everybody to hear, I guess. And I heard everything. And then after that, I was like, do I Google this? Do I want to know what the fuck this is? And I did because I wanted to know what it was. And it's basically like a fucking pussy video. Okay, it's basically like a 4K IMAX recording of the inside of her vagina with like a laparoscopic camera or whatever. And so now I know that that lady's getting a fucking the freaking the full set done on her nether regions. Thanks, lady. Anyways, my checkup was fine. All right, back, now I'm addressing what Zavi said. Can you check Discord? Yeah, I can check Discord. What we got? Our chair. Oh, nice, dude. These are your stickers. Did you put them in your air fryer? What is that? That looks like an air fryer. There's a co he's got titties. Why does he have titties? He's got like one titty on his leg and then one giant titty in the middle of his chest. Failed snake. Hmm. Too many air bubbles, maybe. They look cool though. Good concept. It works. Yeah, it's to check for cancer. My mother had one. Those are wands they shove up you to look at internal ultrasounds. Super uncomfortable. Yeah. Well, look, all I'm saying, guys, is if I'm getting transvaginal anything done to me, I'm at least booking appointments through Bluetooth, okay? I'm not putting that shit on fucking speakerphone in a public space. And the thing is, like, she was not like my big concern here is she was like not turning it down. Like it was not like, and she wasn't hard of hearing. She was like very clearly communicating with the nurse. At like she wasn't the nurse wasn't screaming at her or anything. This lady just did not give a fuck, which I guess respect, but whatever. Yeah, it's not nice. God forbid you men are lucky to never have smear tests. Whatever, dude. We gotta get a fucking finger in our ass constantly. So allegedly, all right. Do you think anybody's? No, I'm not gonna ask this question. Never mind. Never mind. Nah, fuck it. Do you think anybody's ever come from a prostate exam? I don't mean the gay version where you're trying to make them come. I mean like the just a normal one. I wonder. I've never dabbled, with that region. So I don't know. I hear good things from gay men. Apparently it's uncontested. It's top tier O. It gives you the best O ever. No, my uncle pissed though. That's pretty fun. That's really funny. Probably that was almost a scene in the Dahmer movie. Did Dahmer make somebody come through their prostate? Interesting. I was about to drop your song into Discord, Zaza, because I am also very sleep deprived right now, so I'm going to be doing silly things. All right. Dave sent me a freaking paragraph here that I completely ignored. I'm sorry, Dave. Let me read this. I'm grinding at portfolio art. All of it is very daunting, especially the projects I'm working on have stuff way outside of my comfort zone. For example, how the fuck do you design sci-fi guns? I don't know shit about guns, but time is running out, so I'm trying to crank up how much I work on it. I would say guns are mostly about proportion. Look, I'm not a gun expert. You've seen my guns, okay? They're not great. But, like, I would imagine it's mostly proportions, right? Like, if look at the gun that you want to draw, use the proportions, and just think of it as a bunch of little boxes inside of a bigger box, right? Because that's more or less what a gun is. It's just like a bunch of little boxes inside of a bunch of other boxes. This is a terrible quick gun, but you get the idea. Like, rough it out. and then commit down to some lines. Dizzy, how you doing? How you doing? You have big guns, daddy? Oh yeah, I'm friggin' flexing them right now. Except I can't elevate my shoulder above my shoulder line because I heard it again because I'm a fucking dumbass. Anyways, Satanized by Ghost. What is this? You mean that is how men come? Yeah, dude. I hate to be the guy to educate you on this. It's not a position in life I ever wanted for myself, but yeah, prostate stimulation for men will make them blow fat loads. And the thing is, you don't even need to. You don't even need to be hands on. Your dick will just freaking spew, dude. It'll shoot like you'll shoot ropes, hands free, allegedly. That's what I hear. Okay. I'm telling you, if I dabbled, I would have told you, all right. But I haven't dabbled, okay. But I'm just saying, I've heard. I don't know what the balance should be between guns and guns making actual logic, recoil, weight, loading ammo versus just appealing shape. Because looking at other sci-fi guns, I have no clue how they got there. I mean, I don't think physics is gonna matter that much, especially if you're doing like game design and shit. There's always like some fucking like 90-pound anime girl like carrying like giant sides that I wouldn't even be able to lift, or a fucking strongman wouldn't even be able to lift. So I'm gonna assume logic kind of just goes out the window for weapons. Appeal is probably what you should prioritize. Look, if you're working in grounded and like if you're like a Naughty Dog designer, right, and you're doing like Last of Us, then yeah, the weapon should probably exist in that world. It makes sense. Like it'd be weird to see like fucking Ellie from The Last of Us like swinging around a big cartoon Acme hammer, you know. But so I'd say there's no rules really. It just depends on the world you're building in. To be honest, I wish I could go more to the gym, but I have issues with transport. Damn, that sucks, dude. What would you hit? Like, what would you train? Isn't that why you're at the gym all the time? You have big guns. Me at the gym? I'm not at the gym. My gym's in my house, and I'm mostly doing physio work, which is like bands and shit. You can't really get too jacked off that. It's mostly to make sure that my elbow stuff, my shoulder stops being crippled, but not doesn't seem to be working. So part of why I went to the doctor today. On another note, I had my interview, my part 2 interview today, and I think I got the job because they're asking me for my references, and they sent me a bunch of security clearance forms to fill out. So I'm gonna have to get a new security clearance, which is annoying because they take those forms take fucking forever to fill out. You have to give like over 10 years of like history and like living locations, pretty much everywhere you've traveled. They're a fucking giant bitch to fill out, anyways. But it's a huge pay jump, so that's gonna be nice. By the way, I want to kill your man. Well, I don't know what KYM means. Kill your man. Kill your man yesterday. Kill your mom. It's kill your something. By the way, I want to kill your M so bad yesterday because I bought Silent Hill 2 for 70 euros, and some hours later got 30% off. Oh, you might kill yourself. Okay. That makes more sense. Congratulations. Well, I don't have an official offer yet, okay? They haven't officially offered it. They gotta talk to my references. And maybe, who knows, my references might hate me. They won't, but they might. You know? I've only worked with them for 2 years now. Nah, I wanted to be a bit over the top. For example, an idea I kind of like is a dual wielding sniper character. I'm trying to think of ways to counterbalance. You know what you do, Dave? You put a strap across their shoulder, like their back, connecting the two snipers, so they can have one hands free while the other one's out. You know, like you know when you get like the mittens and you run a string through your jacket, and the mittens both just are attached to these strings, so you can just drop them. You do that, but with your snipers. That's what I would do. How long is the song, dude? This feels like a long song. It's not. It's only 3.5 minutes. Oh, congrats. Yeah, I'm tired as fuck. I'm practically half dead right now. That sucks, dude. I'm hella tired. And I'm doing all the hard bits today. And by that I mean drawing hands and legs. Ugh. Wait, isn't it spelled practically? It is, yeah, but I wasn't gonna bully you. If I bullied all of my chat members for all of their spelling mistakes, we never get any drawing done. The snipers will be held upright against gravity with the power of friendship. Hmm, interesting. Whatever floats your boat, dude. Also, guys, you know what I really want to do now that I'm getting a fucking massive pay raise? Potentially. Alleged, maybe. I want to buy a tripod with a camera, and I might do some traditional oil painting and see if I can set up a stream that way. I don't know how I'd be able to monitor chat because I wouldn't be able to do it from the room I'm in right now. I'd have to figure out another setup. But that's something I'm thinking about. I want to get into oil painting. I don't know if I'd stream it. I might just do it for funsies on my own time while I work out the kinks and my style and stuff like that. But maybe I'll make if I'm decent at it. Because I've drawn traditionally. Maybe if I'm decent at it, maybe I'll do like reels or something. I don't know, dude. I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, I gotta start doing reels. I feel like I've sort of hit the max for this channel. I don't think we're gonna get a whole lot of more organic growth on the Cat Snack Twitch community uh, without incorporating a little bit of external marketing, unfortunately. But the thing is, every time I say that and then I go to do it and I'm like, bro, I really don't want to fucking record a reel right now. But who knows? TBD on that. Can you play Je Deviens Fou by Gambi? Alright. It's a cool idea. Yes, time consuming though. I've always wanted to do oil painting. And just in the current state I'm in, look, I'm not poor, guys, okay? But in the state I'm in, I can't really just spend frugally on hobbies. So I have to be a little bit more calculated with my spending. And that means that things like oil painting and stuff, I just can't really afford to buy materials. Look, I can, but I shouldn't. It's one of those. It's like I have a certain amount of money in my bank account, and it's very hard to save money with all my bills. And it's not that I can't spend the money. It's just that if I spend the money, it decreases my backup amount, and I don't want to dip into my freaking plan B just so I can draw a couple of oil paintings. It seems silly. Anyways, the thing I like about traditional and oil and stuff like that too is that you can you can sell it after, right? Whereas like with my digital art, there's not much I can really do with it. I mean, I can sell prints, but that's such a fucking giant pain in the ass. Always love hearing the accent, by the way. Thanks, dog. Also, Dizzy, I missed your message where you said, "Sounds like I came at the right time." You can come whenever you want, big dog. I don't know why, Dizzy. I miss your messages a lot. It's weird too, because you're the only guy with a blue name. I don't know if it's like the blue, just I'm like a bull where I only see like warm color tones. But I've noticed that where I miss your messages a lot, and I don't do it on purpose. I'm just stupid. You were talking about milking prostates. Is that the context I was talking about it in? Wouldn't selling traditional art be the equivalent of digital commissions? No, because the thing with traditional art is I could just draw whatever the fuck I want and then just sell it afterwards. I don't need to take requests from people. My issue with commissions is not the sale of it. It's the fucking drawing things I don't feel like doing. That's the thing I don't like. When somebody's like, I want you to draw me a knight, or I want you to draw me like a freaking beautiful anime girl with tits the size of a truck, and it's like I don't want to do that, you know? Like I don't want to draw things. I hate drawing shit I don't want to draw. May I send a song for the queue? Otter, you've been here so long, dude. Why you even ask? You know you can't. What do you do? Just send down. Send down, big dog. Of course. Now, that being said, things like drawing portraits, I like doing. I would probably actually do portrait commissions. Just because I think I'm pretty it's something I'm pretty good at. And it's something I can do pretty mindlessly, and I'm fairly confident that I can do it well every time. Whereas like if you tell me to draw like a fucking horse, I'm not gonna be able to do that well. Ooh, what are you sending? Oh, are you DMing it to me? You're so mysterious. You're always DMing it to me. We go. Let's see what we got. When I'm Small by Fantagram. All right. But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'll dibble dabble now that I got a potential new job. Potential new job. Kit Kat, what's good? What's good, bro? We were just talking about how there's nobody with cool tone names in chat. I guess Dave is kind of like a cool tone. Oh, big stretch on my shoulder right now. Holy shit. I talk to myself like I'm a dog. Big stretch. Ooh. I am a dog. Oh. Oh. Alright. Enough of that. Can you draw? I did not read that as foreskin. I read foreskin. I'm not gonna lie. When I read that, I was like, "Can you draw foreskin?" I was like, "No, dude, I'm not gonna draw foreskin." Forsen, that's is he? He's a freaking Minecraft speedrunner, right? Do people like him? I feel like people talk shit about him. I've never watched his content, so I don't know. Tell me what opinion I should form here, guys. Should I like this guy? Should I draw him looking grotesque, or should I draw him looking beautiful and handsome? The first thing I hear is foreskin. Well, we were talking about milking prostates earlier, Avil, so you're not too far off of the topic. I did see a Funko Pop of Luke. I don't know why this is on my fucking Instagram reels. My Instagram reels are broken, by the way, guys. But oh, I know what Forsen looks like. I just don't like. Is he an asshole? Like, if I draw him, am I drawing a Nazi? I don't know anything about him. I'm kind of considering getting into like my political era. I'm not gonna lie. Like maybe I'll just start drawing like Elon Musk sucking Trump's dick or something. I don't know. I feel like with the state of Canada now, I almost got to be a little bit more statementy with the shit I draw. Anime chicks with huge tits are awesome, but like shit's real these days. He looks like a lion. Does he look like a lion? He looks like a Swedish dude, doesn't he, or wherever the fuck place he's from. Borson. Who's he? Who does he remind me of? He looks like pretty much every guy that I went to like trade school with. Political, want to play some incendiary? Puts me in a good fuck the government mood. All right, word. Let's do that, and then I'll put on some Rage Against the Machine. Incendiary. That being said, I don't know if I want to like fucking argue about politics right now, but I am certainly more aware of it these days. What's a good song, Dizzy? I've never heard of these people in my life, so you tell me what I'm clicking on. Front Towards the Enemy and Zeitgeist seem fairly. Play Zeitgeist if you gotta choose. I would draw something contrarian to get people mad, and after switch to the status quo and get my audience mad too. That's kind of base, dude. I like that. I'm pretty. I'm not okay. Politically, I probably have some weird takes. Okay, I'm not like bigoted in any sort of like way, but when it comes to like geopolitics and stuff like that, I probably have some pretty unpopular opinions about stuff. So I get the whole contrarian shit. I think if you can back up your arguments fairly strongly, then I'm cool with most people having arguments. There's a lot of arguments that I think people don't. I don't know. My thing is I had like a big phase Actually, it's not a big. I still have this phase. I just don't do it with you guys or with like close friends because I like having my friends be my friends. But I had a big phase where I would just like argue about fucking everything, dude. Everything. Just literally anything that people talk about, I would argue about it aggressively. And I would, I'm fairly confident that in a lot of cases, I knew the pro and cons of a lot of arguments. And I think that's a good place to be. I think if you can argue the opposition of your view and you still have your view the other way, then I think that puts you in a good spot to be fairly confident that what you're saying is a little bit more accurate. Snack is a master debater. Only with your dad. Only with your dad. But typically, my political views are based off what's profitable to me. I don't think there's a lot of money in being annoying in public. Like being an argumentative person or whatever. I like my blood pressure in a normal range, arguing something I avoid. I try really, really hard to separate myself, like my identity, from a lot of my personal views. So if I say some shit and somebody hard disagrees with it, I'll entertain the disagreement because I don't think it's like I have no issue saying something absolutely insane today, being completely proven wrong by everybody, and then tomorrow just being like, well, I was kind of wrong about that. I think that's like the healthier approach, and the more you can distance yourself emotionally from your views, the healthier you'll be. And I think it's also you're gonna have clearer views on things because you're gonna be looking at things a little bit more objectively. Obviously, there's no way to absolutely remove emotion from the things you believe. It's just not like you're a human. It's just not impossible. But if you could try and do it, that's all that really matters, I think. But okay, Rage Against the Machine. Let's do Killing in the Name of, and then Bulls on Parade, and then we'll let other people choose music. Snack a big fan of the Dutch Runner. I don't know what that is. I would support even morally ambiguous governments if it favors me in some way. Well, you might just be a sociopath, dude. That's kind of just what you're describing right now. I think my views on politics and stuff like that are pretty grounded in like I try and think about it in the best for everybody outcome, right? And the thing is sometimes that doesn't look very pretty. So a lot of things that you'll see me sort of parrot or like foundationally believe is sovereignty is sort of like the it's the foundation for all geopolitics, okay? If anything impacts a country's sovereignty, that to me, regardless of the outcome of like the dispute, if sovereignty is at risk, then the entire fabric of the global world that we have today and the relative peace that we have today is also at risk. I think the sovereignty is such a valuable thing because the status quo today is that we respect sovereign nations, and if you don't respect sovereign nations, you end up in a pre-World War II, pre-World War I era where everybody's just trying to fucking take land from each other. That's why things like Ukraine, I think it's really important to like support Ukraine on that. The like annexation of any country or anything like that is just absolutely fucking no bueno in my mind. I will say I find it funny that a lot of punk slash hardcore from around 2016, 2017 applies today. Like there was a song from a female punk band about voting for an SA or over a woman. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty topical. I think this leg needs to be lower. Anyways, I'm not gonna turn this into a political stream. I can't remember why I was getting into arguing the topic. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Just I think we were talking about commissions, and then you mentioned fucking Forsen, and I don't know anything about him. So I don't know if I should draw somebody that I don't know anything about politically. Like if you said draw XQC, XQC's a dumbass. He's been in videos with like Trump and shit. But he is a fucking moron, so I think it's kind of funny to like draw him regardless. He's also got a very fun like drawable face. I don't think he's a Trump supporter though. Anyways, whatever. Doesn't matter. We're not talking about that anyways. Oh, I gotta make a new Twitch channel so I can start doing political content. I swear to God, I fucking my balls itch for it. I want it so bad. I just don't want to torment you guys. Well, what if one country says the existence of that country is a threat to our sovereignty? It doesn't really matter. I think the aggressor is like objectively in the wrong in most cases. Like if a country says this country is a threat to our sovereignty, it's like how? Unless they're actually threatening to annex you, until they actually do, you can't like take action against them. If people want to talk shit, they can talk shit. That's what diplomacy's for, right? De-escalating stuff like that. But once you cross that line into actual like warfare or like conquest, then a lot of morality sort of becomes a little bit more objective, and there are aggressors and defenders. Now, there's obviously messier circumstances. Anyways, I'm gonna change the topic. If anything, someone who can't draw me in parentheses should draw XQC. You should, dude. He's from close to where I am. He's a fellow Frenchman. Just because the dumb French people make it doesn't mean that I don't support my brethren. So taking preemptive action is not okay, basically. Yeah, well, preemptive action is just aggression. So yeah, it's like punching somebody because he's like saying he's going to punch you. I actually support your political views, streamer. Good, good. Vote for me in 2020. Actually, what year would I run? I don't even think I could run in an election. I'm not old enough yet. How are the baguettes in French Canada? Honestly, in Montreal they're not bad. I don't think a lot of the other Anglo cities are too crazy. You're not gonna get your fucking nut blown out of your cock by taking a bite out of an Ontarian baguette any more than you would a French one, I'd imagine. Probably less. I woke up at 2 a.m. and have somehow conquered the day running on my one iced coffee. Damn, bro. What the fuck? Did you go to work today? You work like that? I support your political views only on your stream. Why would I do it somewhere else? That's what I'm talking about, dude. We gotta echo chamber this bitch up, you know? You guys gotta start repeating everything I say verbatim without without any sort of disputes, okay? I need to become the ultimate authority. And then I could command a legion to go brigade and bully other people that disagree with me. That's the ultimate goal, really. I won't lie, guys. I have considered joining like political like streams in like debate mode, but I know it would piss my entire audience off. I think about it a lot, though. I do love arguing about politics. It's one of my favorite things. Oh, I'm fucking stupid. I like curved that the wrong way. Okay. We're going to start saying everything you say without disputes. That's what I'm talking about. True, I actually miss high school because I could freely bully people. Yeah, you might actually be a sociopath, dude. That's fine. You're behind the screen. You can't hurt me, but I'm just something to be aware of. Maybe you should start doing like you ever played D&D? You should start doing like a lawful evil character would do and having like a moral code for yourself. Like fucking Batman or something, you know? You could be Batman, Kit Caught. You could basically be a like Batman is probably a sociopath, but he's created this like law in his mind that he doesn't like kill people. He just like cripples them and fucking tortures them and shit. But like I'm just saying, you could be Batman. You got the opportunity there. I would say use your sociopathy for good. Create a moral compass for yourself based off of like objective foundational things that you believe to be morally true, Whether you would intuitively want to do those things or not is a different thing. You should live based off of a code, because clearly you can't trust your impulses. Yeah, killing is too easy. Uh huh. Well, that's concerning. The internet is forever, dude. I got another song request. Ba-da, ba, ba-da, ba. Where is my kick chat? Fuck. God damn it. I clicked on a random stream. Sent my last song request. I seen it, dude, with my known eyes. I queued it up. So why do you like Forsen, dude? Your big Minecraft speedrun guy? Is that it? You love crafting? Breaks over. I'll be doing my faux lurk. Thanks, Queen. No problem. No problem, Otter Oxenfree on Kick Chat. What a lovely name. You sound similar to someone I know. Well, if I ever run for presidency or something and my chat logs will show up, I'll just say it was all irony. I don't know if that's gonna work. I've thought about that. My chat logs are also pretty devious, I'm not gonna lie. The thing is, a lot of them they're safe in the sense that a lot of my logs are with my boys, and my boys, we've all got like mutually assured destruction. It's like we've all said such insane shit that if it got leaked, we'd all be fucked. So we all have like incentives to not leak anything ever. It's like countries with nukes, you know? It's like nuclear deterrence. That's where it is. Now, if I got hacked, that would be a different story, but I think Forsen's interesting because he isn't entertaining as a streamer, but his community is. He's just like me. That would be really nice. I'm not gonna lie, dude. The not having to put like mental energy into being funny or like making jokes or whatever sounds like the dream. Especially in his case, he's probably like a fucking millionaire, right? God, I should have been that guy that just has no talent but is like a millionaire. That sounds so nice. Guys, make it happen. Start freaking posting me all over LSF and whatever. I don't even know what the growth meta is for these guys. All I know is that Forsen was like the rival of XQC, allegedly, according to XQC. But I was a juicer for a little bit, so that's my only experience with Forsen is hearing XQC talk shit about him. He says movie lines sometimes and does women jokes. Huh. I don't know that like women jokes just aren't the thing anymore. They were good in like 2020, you know. But then like the fucking like, red pill movement happened, and it's just like it kind of ruined the fun. Most memes come from his community rather than him. That's what I need, guys. Get to work. What are you doing? We gotta turn this into like self-sustaining, you know? I shouldn't have to make content to make money, you know? Pockets full of shells. Oh shit. I wonder if that would work. Just like drawing streamers. I feel like that's like gimmicky though, you know? What's a good like marketing thing to do if you're trying to like get attention on the internet? And draw Asmongold looking like a freaking like decrepit ghoul more so than he is. I feel like everybody's done that like a bazillion times though. Probably be disturbing like Meat Canyon. I don't. My style is just not disturbing enough. You know. I don't think I got the chops to be the disturbing art guy or the. I don't even do like funny art. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Otter. I feel like your art is like really good for marketing, like online or just like in like an online brand because it's perfect for like comic-y strip like funny expressions and all that stuff. I feel like the shit I draw is pretty generic. I'm like a generic ArtStation clone a little bit. I hate the dumbasses like to try to appropriate this kind of music in Dead Kennedys and Tom Morello. Two examples top of my head to actively tell them to fuck you. Have to actively tell them to fuck you. I don't know shit about Tom Morello or the Dead Kennedys. I think drawing streamers is not cringe, only if it's with some niche community memes. Yeah, like if I drew like Hassan like in a picture with Jeffrey Epstein or something like that. I say that as a joke because one of my buddies did that to my other buddy recently. They drew them with fucking Jeffrey Epstein. Artists have too much power, dude. It's dangerous. My art stays goofy. If I tried harder at animating, I probably could have popped off. You probably could have. You probably could have. I feel like you have like the algorithm style, you know? I think you could be a star. Bro tip arc is the best Hassan till this day. God. Fuck, man. Sorry, you're gonna make me realize how much I hate that dude. Alright. I gotta not think about Hassan. There's a lot of people I can't like the probably one of the people I hate the most on Twitch, okay? Unironically. He's fucking he genuinely I cannot detach. Okay? I cannot detach emotionally from my views of this guy. I fucking hate him. Anyways. Yeah, I fucking hate Hassan too. Okay. We can't turn into like a fucking hate cult, dude, but if there is any Twitch streamer you should hate, it's probably him. I'd give reasons, but then we're gonna segue into political talk again. Okay, that's a decent foot, I think. Gee, thanks. Otter, you should. I'm telling you, get into freaking making shit again. I'm telling you, dog. That way I can farm your community. I can milk you. What's the point of having talented viewers if you can't cannibalize their audience, you know? I don't really like most political streamers though. I used to watch Destiny, but now I prefer Brain Rot. Yeah, that's fair. Destiny, you know, it's kind of he's got he's a bit of a morally dubious person, but I do think his political takes are probably some of the better ones. It's just too bad he's a fucking evil gooner. Bro, goon too close to the sun. I'd let you abuse our friendship for popularity. Don't worry. Music to my ears. If I did do political content, I'd probably do it under a new name, and I wouldn't tell any of you. I'd probably still use my fucking persona. There's something really funny to me about getting into like a serious political debate with a bunch of like sorry, I should say that word. MAGA dumbasses, okay? While they're arguing with like a fucking mouse PNG tuber. I don't know. That concept to me is incredibly funny. Okay, maybe one more song request. Go for it, dude. You can literally take over my entire like Spotify. I don't care. I actually deeply understand Destiny's love for psychotic girls. The only reason between me and him is that I can keep it in my pants. Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but I don't know. He was the chosen one, you know? Tragic. I was a big DGGer for a while, and then that whole like recent canceling stuff kind of was a bit of a bummer for me. They're interesting and fun. Yeah, I don't like drama in my life, dude. I couldn't do that. I couldn't fucking date people that are incredibly dramatic. Up top. By the way, I've been on like a Migos kick lately, so if we're listening to a lot of Migos, it's my fault. I understand the appeal. Look, man, I get it too. I am kind of guilty of also being like attracted to the idea of dating a crazy girl in theory, you know? But then in practicality, I've dated questionable what's a good word for this? Women who make strange decisions, okay? And it's not fun. Okay, it's fun to like think back on to be like, wow, I can't believe I was in those insane situations. But it's not fun to live in, you know. Do you know about short fat otaku guy? I don't know. I don't know who that is. He's a Canadian political YouTuber. Short, fat otaku guy. I've never heard of this guy in my life. Why does he have like Loud House like characters pop up when I Google his name? What does he do about what does he have to do with Loud House? I thought all Canadians knew each other. That'd be nice. There's more of us than you would think. Okay, I think this foot needs to be lower. I'm looking at like the relative height. That's pretty good. I think it's just the width is like not right on mine. Hola, mi amor. What up, big dog? How you doing? Huh? I'm doing good. Just came from a cafe. Very nice. Were you drinking coffee or were you just stealing internet? I enjoy his commentary on social issues, but his more political takes are hit or miss. He's basically a pro status quo guy. Yeah. There's certain status quos that are worth defending. It'd be a tough sell on all of them, but I just went there to study since the library was closed. Ooh, damn, dude, you're a cute little librarian boy. That's nice. In another life, I think it would have been really interesting to be a librarian, like a real one, like doing like art preservation and like fucking not just like checking out books or whatever. I think I queued up your music, Otter. What's next on the queue? Yeah. Oh, dude, I was so freaking sleepy. I know why. It's because I didn't sleep. Three sisters, all of them under 10, and parents with anger issues. Fuck no, I'm not studying at home. Good call, dude. The trick is just to not study. You have one brother. How old's your brother? I think this knee would actually be farther back because her hip is like farther back here. 21 Savage has a way with words. Great, now I have a cat snack sexy librarian kink. Otter's the sexy librarian. Not. Why did I say that? NFT's the sexy librarian. I was thinking of Otter because she gave me a song request 2 seconds ago. NFT's the sexy librarian in this story. Sorry, Otter. I don't feel too bad. My technical job title is librarian, but I wish it were the real thing. Your brother's two? Bro, you are way older than your brother. You're like the same age distance as me and my sister. My sister's like 17 years older than me. Okay, I gotta draw this freaking skirt back now. I deleted it. That don't look right. Wait, are you saying Otter isn't sexy or a librarian? No, that's not what I'm saying. Otter could be a sexy librarian. I just don't want to make that choice for her. I do want to make that choice for NFT though. I'm kind of raising him, so I gotta rear him the right way. Yeah, I can make it look like I'm his dad when he's a teenager or something. That happened to my sister a lot. So when I was born, she was 17, and I would basically rear him. You say, yeah, in the sense of raising. And whenever I'd go to the mall with her, people would be like, "Aren't you?" Because this was like the '90s, right? People would be like, "Aren't you a little young for kids?" And my sister was like a very aggressive woman, like really aggressive, like she would get like suspended on a regular basis for getting into fistfights with other girls, level aggressive. Like she's way meaner than I am. Okay, and so she would just like fucking pop off on these poor old ladies that would like try and judge her. And she'd be like, "It's my fucking brother," you know? I'm fine being a frumpy librarian. What's frumpy? What does frumpy mean? I know the adjective, I don't know what it means. Frumpy meaning. Dowdy and old fashioned. Oh, like the old ladies. Now you could pull the modern hot librarian look, I'm sure. I gotta figure out how the fuck I drew this dress last time. I did it so much better before. Maybe I didn't actually. I didn't do it that great. I think it's because that my hand is in a weird spot now. Anyways, nice to see you again. Nice to see you too. How's your walk coming along? Sorry, not to make it about business. Today might be a short stream, guys. I'm freaking dying right now. I appreciate the support of my potential. No worries, dude. It's a really funny line. I think my back got scoliosis because I swerved the lane. Unless that has another meaning. Just to me, it sounds like giving yourself scoliosis if you change lanes too fast. That's probably not what it means, though. That's just my white boy interpretation. I have no fucking clue what it means. It's hard to make time for it. There's 3 months left to my entrance exam about math and things I'm studying for most of the time. Oh, and something happened today. Oh yeah, yeah. In that case, dude, just friggin' prioritize your school. That's gotta be your number one priority. Ignore my ass. Oh, and something happened today. What? What? What happened? I wish there were tariffs on that dude specifically. What are you talking about? The Migos flow is so unique and weird, and I get why people hate it. I actually find it quite appealing, but day one Drake hater here. Yeah, Drake's always kind of been mid to me too. The thing is, he has like good songs, right? But he's just him as like a dude. He's just like so. I don't know. He's so corny. I don't know. He's like I know a lot of guys like him in real life, and they're incredibly annoying. I think that's why I don't like Drake. You know the type of dude that like will mumble like rap lyrics just to like look cool in like a silent scenario. Like you're just chilling in like an Uber or something, and he'll just start like doing random rap quotes and shit to like fill the silence. I feel like Drake's like one of those people. You know what I mean? If you guys do that shit, stop. All right. I met a pro caricaturist in the mall today. He's willing to train me and help me make some extra cash by drawing people's caricatures for some good money. I got his number. I mean, look, if he pays you and trains you, sure. That sounds to me, yeah, whatever. I don't really know the dude. Maybe he's just like I've definitely messaged some fellers and been like, hey, do you do mentorships? I've asked people if they would mentor me, and I get ghosted. So if you got the opportunity, take it. You know. I think that's also why I take such a like an interest in a lot of the viewers stuff, like my chat stuff, and I give people critiques so much is because I really like that sort of mentorship like angle. The like old back in the day, like Renaissance artists and shit. Back in the day, Renaissance artists would basically like pass down their techniques and styles through lineages of tutelage. So people that they taught, right? And that's sort of a lost thing that you don't really get. You kind of get it with like school, but not really to the same degree. Like where back in the day in the Renaissance period, like people would live with like artists like Rembrandt and shit like that, and then it's like they would be direct stylistic descendants of those people. And I like that. And I've everything's so fucking commoditized these days. So like when I message people for like mentorship, I'm always like, "Hey, do you have mentorship programs? Like, do you have a fucking course I can pay for?" Which is like fair, you know. They shouldn't just be giving out their skills for free. But at the same time, I do like the idea of just being fucking taken under someone's wing, you know. And that's why I kind of do it with NFT a little bit. Plus, I think he puts in the work. I don't think I would do it to the same degree with everybody else, just because there are some people. When I say everybody else, I just mean like anybody, not specific people in general. But it's just because some people I give them feedback and they don't apply it, and I think that that's like a an annoying thing for me because I feel like I put in the time for them to really improve, and if you don't put in the feedback on the work that I give you, it can be annoying. Obviously, with streaming and shit, it's part of the brand, right? It's what I do. But I think if I was doing this off stream or with somebody in general, like I would be. That's why I'm tougher with NFT on a lot of shit because I think he's got what it takes. You hate my artistic talents? I love your artistic talents. What do you mean? You're the friggin' right, the creator who invented Chastity Man and Enema Boy. You know? That's iconic. You created what? I'll let Dizzy answer that one. I don't wanna explain his story for him. Have you fleshed that out anymore, Dizzy? I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. Agua time. Agua and then piss time, and then I'll BRB. I bought more carrots. I'm actually running low already, but I got fucking. These carrots are so big, dude. This thing is like the size of my. It's literally. I'm not even joking. It's like the exact length of my forearm. Exact length of it. I forget the specifics, but NFT didn't know what a chastity belt or an enema was. So what? So he looked them up. I think Boba called him Enema Boy, and I got the dumb idea for a duo of vigilantes. Yeah, that was pretty much it. What's Cardi B up to these days? Does she still make music? What the fuck is an enema? I'll tell you when you're older, dude. How's that carrot? I already feel my stomach hurting, so this is my second carrot today. And they're kind of plus size, so they're tummy rumblers for sure. I got a carrot too, but mine's small. It's okay, dude. Some people are late bloomers. An enema is I mean it's when you fill your asshole with some sort of liquid. There's different types of enemas, but usually it's for cleaning it, I think typically. Similar to a douche. Well, not that bad. It is pretty bad when you Google it though. Not really something you want to learn about through Google Images, you know? 9.7 and a 12.3. Damn, bro. Hickok got no dick, dude. Try it again, big dog. You're slanging? Hell yeah. Google. Guilty. I'll probably stream for 2.5 hours. I don't think I'm gonna do a full three. I'm pretty dusted, and then we'll come back strong tomorrow. So I'll basically be wrapping up at around 8, maybe even 7:30. I'm a lazy bitch today. I'll hold you to that. All right. 8 hour stream tomorrow confirmed. What? What are you talking about? I said streaming till 8 tonight, not streaming 8 hours tomorrow. I'm at the part coming off strong tomorrow. Oh, that's assuming I can sleep tonight. Has anyone ever done CBT therapy for sleep, like insomnia? What do they do? What's the tech? CBT, yeah, cognitive behavioral therapy. That's what it means. It's like using behavioral techniques to help you fall asleep. It's not like trauma therapy or anything. It's basically just like it's a more practical form of therapy, apparently. I don't know. I've done therapy before. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's for me, but I'm giving this a shot. Have you ever tried CD therapy? Cock drip? Is that what that means? Does it sound really egotistic? CD's nuts. Present them. Does it sound too much like too egotistic to say that I think I'm too self aware for therapy? I don't like I've never gotten value out of it like ever. It has always felt useless to me, and I've done it with several therapists, and it always feels useless. And I've had therapists just straight up be like, "Do you already know? Like, why are you coming here talking about this shit that you already know?" I'm like, I don't know. I thought you had other answers. I don't know though. I don't know. Yeah, they see how you sleep, determine which issue's the cause, and then the therapy branches into whatever the reasoning is. Some is stimulus, struggling with relaxation. Mine's probably definitely both of those. I don't stress about anything in particular. I mean, it's just whatever the flavor of the week is, you know? Mine was seeing a regular therapist, but even then I rely on melatonin. I got dependent to it, so I cut it out like a year and a half ago, and I just like quit cold turkey, and it was like torture for a few months. And then eventually my brain adapted. I still couldn't fall asleep very well, but I don't know. I'm not a look. I obviously am willing to take medication. I take magnesium. I just try to avoid melatonin because I had issues where it would stop working as well, and then it would make it harder to sleep. And it just I built like there were a lot of side effects that actually made things worse in the long run. It felt like for me at least. I'm not taking it tonight. I guarantee I'll be up past midnight. Damn. Tariffs keep snack up at night. I've been buying Canadian, so Carrot tariffs. He's talking. He's making a joke. There's no Trump hasn't called carrot tariffs. That would be really funny though, and terrifying. But dude, I googled hand on leg on Pinterest, and all it's just showing me feet. I didn't look up feet, dude. What is this bullshit? I think I think this is the hand I want. Not that angle though. More like something like that. Like it right? Like imagine something like that. You know? Probably like a little bit flatter, but Gooner Pinterest. I'm not even into feet, dude. I actually hate feet. I don't even know. Like, there's no algorithm that's training this fucking Pinterest feed to like show me nothing but feet. Trust me, I wouldn't lie to you guys. Mm-hmm. I'm not. I'm not a foot guy. I promise. I think the funniest thing with the recent tariffs was Trump saying he's going to put a tariff on champagne from France, and then he was going to start a champagne industry in the U.S. I don't think he knows how regional alcohol works. You like can't legally do that. It's the same reason that there's like Kentucky like whiskey, and there's like alcohol is regional. You can't make champagne in the fucking U.S. Anyways, whatever. He's not the brightest. Like you can make it, but you can't call it champagne or sell it as champagne. It's just not champagne. Champagne has to be from Champagne. Trump wants to be like Putin. I don't even know what he wants, dude. I think he's just like freestyling. I think he just wants a legacy and he doesn't know what the fuck to do. And so he's just trying to do insane shit and see what sticks. I love oranges. It's very on brand for what we're talking about. I've been getting really into oranges NFT. I've really been getting into oranges. Oranges are kind of my new thing. I just want him to pass away. Well, he is old. He's at that age. He's statistically pretty close to death. At least statistically. Okay, I'm kind of done with Migos. Let's do some French rap. I said it because we have the champagne thingy in Russia. Like, I think the regulations are Snack. Are you bi? No, I'm. Bro, how many times have I told you I'm straight? I feel like it's a thing I say every stream. I'm not bi. I don't want no cocks, dude. No cocks. Only ladies. And you'll never catch me with a septum piercing in my nose, dude. I'm telling you. No shot you pulled that. No fucking shot you pulled that, dude. That is like that's a fucking good pull. Damn. I mean bilingual? Yeah, I'm bilingual. You know I'm bilingual, dude. You know I'm straight and you know I'm bilingual. Why you ask me this? Where's this going? This king's pretty good. I really want a fucking orange now, dude. Snack, are you Canadian? Yes, sir. I'm Canadian. I feel like you're also now asking questions that you also know the answer to. I don't know why I asked that, to be honest. Just puking out thoughts. All good, dude. I get it. I always forget you're Russian, Kit Kat. We have a lot of Russians in our community. It's very interesting. Y2K low spec gaming. What bits do you consider hard to draw? Hands and legs. That's what I mean by hard bits. It was clickbait and you fell for it. You're here. You're here because of it. I studied more than I slept today. That's good, I guess. That's pretty good. Boba's a fake Russian, okay? I mean, he's not. He's Belarusian, so I don't know. I don't know. I mean, his country's pretty cucked for Russia. I won't lie, but I don't know that that him as an individual is particularly culturally Russian. He's more of like he strikes me as an internet man. Belarusian, whatever the fucking country is. Belarus. In French, it's Biélorussie, which is really weird, but yeah, that's literally the definition of a fake Russian. Good, dude. I like that. What's a real Russian? The government, maybe. The people kind of aren't fans of Russia, if I remember correctly. Shout out to Malchat Doma. I mean, I'm pretty sure Putin is just like literally a dictator, right? He just like throws elections by killing journalists and fucking, you know, threatening the fuck out of other like competitors. Didn't he kill like his like his biggest like competitor or whatever? He like talks about how he's like elected or whatever, but it's like if we did that in Canada, there'd be like riots in the street. Well, maybe not today, actually. Everybody's pretty fucking cucked. But I saw them IRL 2 years ago. Who's this? Malchad Doma. Is that a band? You know what I've been getting into recently? You ever watch Peep Show? I love that show. It's pretty good. If you get a chance to watch it, peep it. I think her knee's still a little big. He is, but in Russia, he would win with fair elections. That's really, really terrifying to think about if that's true. I don't know that I buy that though. Maybe I'm just consuming too much fucking Western propaganda. It's quite possible. But my understanding is that he just absolutely is just surrounded by sycophants and people who are willing to throw shit for him, including elections. I don't know enough about Russian politics to be quite honest. My extent of knowledge for like Russian politics is like the Ukraine war, so I'm not the best person to ask for this shit. You're not gonna get a lot of educated like takes off of me. They were at a music festival I have lifetime admission to. I just lucked out. How do you have lifetime admission to something? What the fuck? Did you like win a lawsuit or something? Were you like killed by or not killed? Were you like injured by like a drummer? Like did you get a drumstick in the face? How does one get lifetime admission to a festival? That's like some lotto shit, dude. Bald and Bankrupt went there once, I think. Molchat got a big. got big as like the goth song in TikTok. So I don't use TikTok, but if I played it, would I know what it is? If I played Mall Chat, oh, Otter just sent me one of their songs, so I guess I'll play it. So what are you up to, Y2K? It's been a minute. You still drawing? I mean, I know you are, but I'm curious. You draw anything new recently? There was a promotion in 2018 that if you got their logo tattooed, you get lifetime admission. That's the festival. I'm seeing that lineup I posted not long ago. Wait, you have a tattoo of the festival? Show me. To be honest, 90s post-punk Russian bands are cool. Molchat Doma has just copied their vibe. I already have 20 tattoos. Might as well add another one. Fair. I have zero tattoos. I mean, my body's a temple, dude. I'm pure. Okay, I'm getting into heaven. And whoever the god is, okay? Kikot, are Russians Christian? Like what denomination? What's the primary? What's the dominant religion in Russia? Is it? I assume it's Christianity, but I have no idea. I just know you guys are like fucking Eastern European, so ish. Well, I guess you're more like Eurasian, but Snack, can I get a critique on the box I drew a day ago, please? I really want to see what I did wrong. It's on Artshare. It's really hard for me to say what's wrong on like forced perspective stuff like that when there's no grid because it's like stylistically it looks fine. I'll take a look at it here. Let me just pull it up. You didn't post it in critiques. You posted it in Artshare. Okay, let's pull it up. I don't think I've ever heard this song in my life, dude. Oh, maybe I have actually. I definitely have. I'll send you a psychic message. Hold on. There, see it? I animated a guy crawling. Bent legs are annoying to draw. Post in. Are you in the Discord, Y2K? If you're not, you should join. People post their animations all the time. Well, your head's not square. It's like curved. I guess stylistically that's probably fine. I would straighten it out a little bit though. Also, the width here is like it's longer. Like this side, for whatever reason, you made longer, even though it's farther away. It should taper in just slightly. It should be longer than the front face. Like this line here should always be longer than this line here, even if it's by like a fucking millimeter that you can't even tell because it's closer in space. Unless the shape flat on just looks like this, right? Like when you turn it perfectly profile. But that's not really how head shapes are. So you've got too much going on back there. That's gonna apply to this also. Where's this neck? You didn't give him a neck. You never give him a neck. Don't be afraid of the neck, dude. This angle is weird again. Look, you got this line going this way, and then this line going this way. They have so from the side. You're what the fuck? I'm getting a call. How do I hang up? Do you guys hear this right now? I'm tripping. How do I hang this up, dude? I don't know where the fuck my phone is. What the fuck? The music stopped. Give me a second here. I gotta find my phone. Somebody tried to call me. Be right back. I didn't even know my headset was like connected to my freaking phone right now. Maybe he's drawing Minecraft or something. I guarantee you he's not. He's making mistakes, NFT. You're making mistakes. Like, look at this, dude. Look at this NFT. If this line goes up on an angle like this, okay, so you got a positive angle here, meaning it's like you've got an angle larger than 90 degrees. Like 90 degrees would be like this, right? You're doing math, you know this. This angle here is like, I mean, it's not this exaggerated, but it's definitely more than 90 degrees. It's probably like 100 and something or whatever. Yet this one is 90 degrees down here. So your box isn't even a box. So you gotta fix that. It's not a huge difference. It's like maybe like 95 degrees. But these planes on the side here should make sense. Now, the way I position the neck kind of if I had it be as wide as you have it here, it would probably be a little bit off center. So I could either move the neck to match the width of your box. So let's say your box is actually as long as this is. So something like that. And this is going to come down. And it's going to be parallel to this, more or less. So if I'm doing a center line here, I'm just going to do a rough center line. So the neck would be like somewhere around here. Something more like that. You need to draw a horizon line for every box and construction lines reaching back to each vanishing point. Yeah, dude. And I'd blow my fucking brains out if I had to do that. Okay, where there's a lot of space here. This should have like he should have like a midsection here. Is this a guy or a girl? He's got very wide hips. Kino and Nautilus Pompulus are really good bands. Have you seen Brother, the 1997 movie? I have not. If you give me a song, I'll play it. So there's some weird, like you did a center line here. Okay, so you want that to be the center line. That's fine. But I'm tracing your lines here. Do these look parallel to you? Like these don't feel like they're going to the same vanishing point to me. This is going off somewhere that way. This is going off somewhere that way. and this is going off somewhere that way. These don't look like they're going to the same vanishing point. Maybe I just drew it wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is on yours. So I'm going to use the center line here, and then we're going to make these more or less go to the same VP. Now again, his hips are still pretty wide here for a dude. You're going diaper mode on this guy, huh? You can do that. I like to draw the cylinder here. It would actually be more like this one would actually be a weird shape. So it would actually be a little bit more like a cylinder almost. This is too thin. Okay, I've never seen a person this thin with an ass this thin in my life. NFT. You were thinking a girl, then the ass definitely has to be fatter, bro. Definitely has to be fatter. Literally, women carry more fat than men on average. A man who's like 10% body fat, that would be close to like 19% on a woman, and they would be the exact same sort of relative body fat health wise. Women tend to carry about 10% more body fat than men in general. So you got to factor that into your designs as well. I really recommend watching it to get the 90s Russia vibe, and then they use a lot of good music in it. Plus, main character's literally me type. A sociopath. Is that what he is? Hello, hello. What up, Ori? How you doing? We do, you do. Like, if you see a girl with abs, okay? If you see a girl who's like, she looks absolutely shredded, she's probably around 19 or 18% body fat. Whereas on a dude, that would probably be like 8 or 9 or like 10% roughly. So there's about a 10% difference of body fat between men and women. Don't ask me why. I assume it's for breeding purposes, I guess. I don't fucking know. I have no evolutionary concept of why that is. I assume that's why though. Damn, that's a cool tattoo. Women carry 90% of their fat in their ass. Sorry, gals. Ugh. That's sometimes true. DM the song request since I don't know Cyrillic. I think I queued up your song request. I got it. I think I got it. Is that what the Russian language is called? Cyrillic? I feel like I should know that. I'm doing well. How are you? We're good, dude. I mean, I'm sleepy as fuck. I probably got a new job, which is interesting. Okay, NFT. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck you're doing here. So this leg is coming up, but this hip, for whatever reason, is at the same height as this hip. But if this leg is lifted, your hip needs to tilt as well. So this hip's going to be on an angle. Okay. So we're going to tilt this, which means this whole leg's going to have to come up. We're going to make this way deeper. Better job? Yeah. Well, I mean, it's sort of the same job I do now. It just pays way more. And sorry, did you say this was supposed to be a woman NFT? Well, I was thinking a girl. Okay. Then I guess we'll keep the width. And we're going to make this slightly angled out. So if you look at this box front on, it's going to look a little bit more like this. And if you want to do diaper mode, you could just cut this off or whatever, and that's fine, right? And see how we get sort of like now we get like this curve in here. We get like a nice C curve here rather than having it just be like straight. A little bit more of an arch there. It's nice. It looks a little bit better that way. We'll see how we adapt it with the legs. We might have to do some overlap, but Oh, so hella better. Yeah, dude. It's like the first year it's like a 10K increase, which is nice. So I'm gonna be making a lot more money. Russian alphabet is called Cyrillic. Good, good. Okay, I got it then. I got it. Oh, PK's live. Nice. I'm gonna send you my favorite Russian song from the '80s. Do it. Do it. I'll cue it up. I'm still waiting for Kit Kat's song request. You never sent it to me. All right. So what were we doing here? We're doing fat asses. Okay. I'm gonna actually bring this in just a little bit. I think it's we can have a tilt to it. I just think it's a little too tilted. This leg, I'm just gonna straight up take this whole leg. I'm just gonna duplicate your bottom layer. I'm gonna minimize one, lock it, make it invisible, and then this one here, I'm just gonna straight up take the leg. Now you're kind of doing the thing where it feels like you're avoiding foreshortening. I think this leg should come more towards you. Because right now you kind of have his leg breaking. Like if I look at the foot, like if I drew this front on, the leg's kind of doing this. The knee's coming forward. I'll do it on the top layer here. The knee's coming forward, right? Pretend these contour lines make sense, okay? Then you got this knee. And then this leg goes. Well, it looks like it bends down also. Right? But then this foot comes out like this. It's like broken. Like this is like this, and then this hinge here, it like comes out towards you. So from the front, it would look like this, which is a really weird thing for the leg to do. There'd be overlap if you're doing this. Like if you want this leg to come straight down, you need to cover it. But so I think what you should do, because otherwise he'd fall off balance if you did that. So I assume you moved the leg out to avoid him falling off balance. And so what I would do in this case is I would have the leg. So let's draw the hip ball here. And then we're going to draw the cylinder, except we're going to have it come towards us. We're not going to be afraid of foreshortening. And you could think of this as like just being on an arc, right? When a character moves its leg in perspective, it's going to sort of arc, right? So if we had the leg coming out that way, it'd be something like that. Now, if he lifted this leg upwards, right, then it'd be a lot smaller. So you'd have like basically like overlap like this, right? And this would be the whole leg. But because we're not doing that, we're keeping the same sort of rotation. I'm going to actually tilt this down. Okay, I will cue up your song, Kit Kat. By the way, the current song is quite revolutionary themed because he literally sings "We Want Change," based. I don't care if you guys listen to political music; it's fine with me. I'm just queuing up all kinds of Russian shit right now. All right. Sorry, I'm switching back to my chat. Every time I click away, I gotta reset up my chat so I can see all of them. Not that anybody actually messages me on fucking Kick or whatever, but okay. So yeah, so NFT. So like I said, the leg would come more towards us. This leg now is gonna have a lot of foreshortening on it. Maybe not that much actually. It will have some though. And then this other leg can more or less do what it was doing over there. So this one's not anything crazy. I'm gonna just rush through this. You've got the knee turning away. I'm gonna get rid of the one I modified and I'm gonna turn the old one back on. Then it comes back. I don't think it would bend that much. I think it would be if you're bending the knee that much, I think the foot would be off the ground. So I'm gonna decrease the bend there. I'm gonna do something like that. Does that feel off balance if I look at it? Eh, it's fine. It's maybe a little off balance, but it's not a big deal. Friday, Friday. How you doing, Slimathias Jimathias? I forget, didn't Victor Tio pass away in a car accident or something? You're good, Sweet Pea. I sent it to Snack for Q2. Quarter two. Now this is weird. So you got insane foreshortening on this arm here. Okay? But the elbow's in like full view. You can see this full sphere. How does that work? If you're foreshortening this much, it'd be covering up the sphere because the joint, like there's a remember in your cylinder there's a an axis line that shoots down the middle, and so this ball is going to be right back here. It's going to line up center of that axis line. So you're guessing a lot of this, and I think you're not going slow enough and double checking. You're also giving him massive forearms. Forearms taper as they come in towards you, right? Remember, a forearm from the side looks like this. And I've caught this mistake before. You're doing it again. You're making the end of the forearm where the hand attaches larger than where the elbow or bicep would attach. And that's not how it works. So this would actually taper in. Just slightly, because it is foreshortened. I hate repeating mistakes. That's why you write them down, dude, and you double check your stuff. Now you'll make the same mistake again, but the more I catch them, the less likely you are to do it again. This is pretty much front on, like or like side profile. I never thought about writing down mistakes. I think when I say writing down mistakes, I don't mean like when you're self-correcting. I mean if I'm giving you feedback or if I'm giving you a critique and I'm emphasizing it, especially, it's something you should probably write down. Because what happens is if you write it down, next thing you're doing, like, first of all, you have a checklist to go back and double check your work before you submit something again, which saves me time so I can focus on other aspects of your work rather than repeating things. It's very, very natural, though, to consistently make the same mistake over and over. People have habits when they draw, right? So a lot of me emphasizing this and telling an FT like, "Hey, I've told you this before," to try and break these habits. And the more I say it, and the more I emphasize it, the more it'll cement into his brain, hopefully. And I've experienced it, right? When I worked in animation, I would often sort of make the same mistakes, and my soup would be like, "Hey, dude, I've told you not to do this like 3 times now." I'm like, I forget, I forgot. All right. And he's like, "Well, write it down." I'm like, "I did. It's like fucking 10 revisions ago, so I haven't checked the notes." Anyways, but the thing is, the more it comes back and the more I emphasize that he's made that mistake, the less frequent they'll appear. And if I gotta get rougher, I'll get rougher. I don't like this the shape of this arm here. Arms don't really do this. They don't have like a curved side and a straight side. Commit to the actual proper cylinder. So this is gonna be like basically just a straight cylinder. Now, one thing I would have said actually is because there's a tilt this way on the shoulders, I would say what you should have done is probably tilt the hips this way. It would have made a more interesting pose, I think. The more you say, the more I think I don't deserve critique. No, it's fine. One more song request if possible. Yeah, dude, you guys have unlimited song requests. There's no song request rules. You guys can keep just freaking spamming me. I actually enjoy it because it gives me more cognitive bandwidth to not worry about my fucking playlist. One thing that actually stresses me out when I'm live is finding shit to listen to. And I think if chat's recommending stuff, it reassures me that you guys are happy with what we're listening to, and that's fine with me. I'm pretty tolerant of most music for the most part, unless it sounds like fucking nuts and bolts being dropped onto a car. But there are only a few of you who make those requests. I'm just shy. KitKat, I've heard all of your political opinions. I know your ass ain't shy, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Don't try and freaking ooh woo tapping your indexes together with me. That shit ain't gonna work. Drop a good dad rock list. I mean, if it was up to me, I'd just play Creed, you know, or fucking Three Doors Down, or Nickelback. Honestly, that's not a bad idea. If you create like a community playlist that people can add to, that would like if we just had like a cat snack like Spotify playlist that was public. If you guys want to make playlists, I'll play them. As try to make them on Spotify though. It makes my life a million times easier. This forum's really long. It's really far away and it's really long. You also another thing, and we've talked about this. You have a habit of trying to avoid foreshortening when it's going away from you. Like if this arm's going away from him, it's gonna be real small. And arms have this sort of they have a flow to them. You kind of have it here. They have like a double line flow. Okay, so you got one, two, and it's always going to have that same pattern across every arm, right? Now the wrist is a different story, right? The wrist has its own angle, but wrist to shoulder, you're always going to have a two line flow, and you got it. You got it. This isn't a critique. This is a reminder, okay? Because you got it, and that's a good way to gauge sort of distance, right? If you want to make a hand look like it's going farther away, well, you can do the two line flow, and all you have to do now is look at these lines and be like, well, how foreshortened do I want it to be? Well, if I draw this line this length and I draw this line this length, that's foreshortened. It's shorter than that, right? So you can use it as a tool to measure things too, just adding those two extra little lines. I listen to Chamber, but I think it brings down the vibe. I mean, right now we're listening to moody shit, so if you want to throw it on, let me know. Spotify offers Jam where people can add things. Would it reveal like if I listen to it, does it show who listens to it or who joins? Because I have my Spotify's linked to like my personal name, so I gotta watch out. I can't be joining anybody's like private Spotify accounts and shit. Like my Spotify isn't under the name Cat Snack; it's under my real name. I can use my account. I don't have my IRL name. Come on, dude. Don't be a game ruiner. Yeah, let me just get a second Spotify premium account. But yeah, so NFT. I mean, if your arm's going out this way and the elbow joint's like here, which it can be, that's a fine place for it. This would be attached to the elbow joint, right? So this axis has to go through the center there, which means if you're seeing this plane, okay, it's gonna have to come through a little bit more like that. And I would add a little bit of foreshortening to it. Mostly because I think this arm is just way too long. I don't know, dude. That's I'm gonna leave it at that for that revision. Where's the center line on this bitch? That doesn't feel right. So there's some differences there for sure. I won't do the other one just because we went pretty in detail on this one, so I'll just leave that. But damn, KitCod joined the Discord. It's crazy. You got a VPN for me, dog? That's how much I know you care. Thank you for the revision and tolerating my repetitive mistakes. That's how you learn, dude. You're gonna make a lot of the same mistakes over and over. It is what it is, you know. Don't worry about it, but just make sure you put in the effort to have them be less frequent. That's all. Habits are hard to break, so I recognize that. Don't worry. Okay, back to drawing my freaking beautiful anime babe. Where the hell is this lovely lady? There she is. I'm gonna get rid of all of NFT shit. No, that's my reference. Delete. Oh, I still gotta draw hands, don't I? Fuck me. Okay. Oops, not with that color. Okay. I don't want the angle to be as extreme there. I think I'm gonna make it a little bit more something like that. You should have yelled at him like in Whiplash. He's too far. I'd hit him if I could, but he's too far. I can't go to Istanbul, dude. Not till my hair starts falling out and I need a beautiful transplant, turkey style. Turkey mentioned, yeah, because you guys give like fucking weird looking hair, like hair transplant, bro. Every guy that goes to Turkey, like they'll go to Turkey and they'll look like this, right? They'll like before they go, they'll be like they'll be balding and they'll have like the fucking the Vegeta hairline, right? And then they come back from Turkey and their hairline is like fucking so straight. I don't know why they do the straight fucking hairlines. There's no hairline that looks like that. Every guy that comes back from fucking Turkey with like a hair transplant just has like the crispest fucking lineup ever. I think it looks insane. I like everything about Turkey except people. All right, chill out, dog. Chill out. We don't do say we don't. I'm putting a limit on saying shit like that. NFT don't agree with him. Fuck. I'm trying to set a moral boundary here on hating each other based off of our origins. Except me though, yeah, except you. Ugh. Don't make me sick of otter on you guys. Turks can be mean, dude. I understand. What's a mean thing that Turks do? I mean, they like tourists' money. A lot of countries do, bro. Look, man, I'm soy and cuck and blue pilled. Okay, you're gonna have a very hard time arguing about. No, that's not true. I could be pretty based, but I reserve edgy jokes for people I know. If people want to be edgy, they can be edgy. But in chat, just because I don't know you guys very well, I can't tell if you guys are being edgy because you're trying to be funny. If you're being edgy because you want to freaking eliminate an entire race of people from existing. There's two extremes with edgy racial jokes, and I don't mind a good racial joke from time to time. Don't get me wrong. Okay, my DMs would eliminate me from most presidential races. All right, but I just don't know you guys. That's the concern. EU and Asia people are much more tolerant to racism. Yeah, I think a lot of that comes down to because their countries are a lot less diverse in general, right? Asia in particular is incredibly homogeneous, meaning the racial diversity is tiny. And so because of that, they don't have like as open dialogue around racial differences as we do in the West. The West is like a melting pot. Same with like a lot of places like the UK and shit like that, which is why there's a lot more wokeness and shit like that in those areas. It's because it's more in your face. It just makes more sense that those regions are going to have more discussions around topics like this and sensitivities around topics like this when it's just more culturally present. Like if I went to Japan, okay, I'm like fucking like minorities, like foreigners make up a tiny fraction of the population, whereas in the West they're a growing number, right? So and I would imagine it's fairly similar with Russia. I think the language boundary in Russia probably means that there's a lot less diversity in that country, if I had to guess. Like we all hate each other and it's fine. Yeah, it's super awesome. This arm is still so fucked, dude. It bothers me. It bothers me. Oh, I need to practice wrists. Do they cause you problems? Yeah, 100%, dude. 100%. I fucking hate drawing wrists. Right now, I'm struggling real hard with this. Mostly proportion wise. I think this elbow needs to come out more. Like, I think this needs to be more like that. And then I think the hand's gonna be too small, though. Damn, that was a fucked up line, dude. If any of you guys know what he just said in French, it's a really fucked up line. He said, I had a dream that I killed my dad, and I woke up with a boner. That caught me off guard. I did not expect that at all. It rhymed, though, in French, obviously, but... Nah, Russia is really diverse, interestingly. Probably even more diverse than the US. I call cap, bro. I will Google that live on stream right now. I call heavy cap on that. There's no shot that Russia is more diverse than the US. Russia racial diversity statistics. Diversity statistics. Okay. Demographics of Russia. Do you accept Wikipedia statistics? Or do you want me to pull up like some fucking census data? Okay, there's a lot here. They're mostly Russian. It's just different types of diverse. I mean, it's not that diverse. I'm seeing 78.1% Russian, 7.9% Ukrainian, which, before the 90s was also part of Russia or USSR. So this is pretty much the same racial demographic. Culturally very different, but ethnically pretty similar. Tatars, I don't know shit about these people. I don't know shit about Mordvins. Sounds like some fucking Lord of the Rings shit. I don't know who that is. Chuvash, I don't know any, and everything below. Like, look, it's pretty much mostly Russian. Oh, that's fucking. I'm looking at 1926. I'm an idiot. Okay, okay. Oh, these are really old censuses. Ignore this. Okay, this is outdated data. I'm looking at the fucking 90s or the 70s. Why can't I get like more modern data? Oh, there it is. 1989 to 1920. Okay. Okay. Here's an updated version based off of 2021 statistics. That's pretty decent. So 2021, okay, it's now 80% Russian. It's even less diverse than it was in 1929. Could you believe that? Now let's compare that to the United States. Sorry, I'm going hard on your point here, but United States diversity statistics. We'll also pull Wikipedia just to keep it nice and balanced. Fuck, we don't have a beautiful graph like we did there. This is based off of what year? 2020, 2021 estimates. Okay. This is not exactly the same table, but it's good enough. It's based off of census data, which is pretty good. So if we compare this, the U.S. is almost not even 50% white. It's 59% white relative to 80% Russian there. Okay. Then the next largest group in Russia is 3.62%. And it's Tatars. I don't know what that is. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And then, us. I say the U.S. would be Hispanic and Latino next, then Black, then Asian, then blah, blah, blah. So I think it's like pretty clear that the diversity is a lot stronger in like the U.S. I rest my case. I rest my case. And so I think like that just sort of goes back to what I was saying earlier, where a lot of these discussions, because they're more in your face, because you have no choice, right? There's larger minority groups than there are in other populations, so the discussions are a lot more culturally prevalent, I guess would be a good way to say it. And so I think like the reality is a lot of those places are, yes, they are more racist, and it's because that there's nobody to combat racism. It's like if your entire country is a single race, what are you gonna be, the one guy like 40 million that's gonna be like, actually, you probably shouldn't make a racial joke about me. It's like that's very unlikely to happen. This with the smaller the numbers, the more silent people are on stuff like that. And so, you know, that's why we're all soy and cuck, dude, over here in the West. I'm drinking my Soylent smoothie right now. I'm filling myself up with freaking what's the shit that makes frogs gay? Somebody give me the answer. I forget. Think about how big the USSR was. We should probably look into how the statistics were taken because Russian's not really a race. IG Slavic is more close to race. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's more of an identity, right? It'd be like saying Canadian. Like you could be black and Canadian, you could be white and Canadian, you could be I will see concede on that point. It would help if they gave definitions around what Russian means. Let's see if I can find it. Anyways, ethno-racial groups. Hmm. Yeah, I really wish they like categorized it as like Caucasian. Okay, how about this? So this is basically the same statistics but broken down this way, and this to me implies that they're Caucasian. So, oops, that's like backwards. So if you look here, it says Europeans. Again, if you would call me out and say, "Snack, that's really vague," I would agree. Caucasians, less vague. Okay. Weird that Caucasians wouldn't also define Russians. I don't know what the difference is here, ethnically speaking. Now, the one thing that makes me think that this entire group here is basically just white people, okay, is because they actually define African, Arab here, Black African, Jewish, Turkish, Romani, Asiatic, and Central Asians. So they've broken it out into actual races here, sort of. I mean, there's definitely like a lot of generalizations there as well. But that would imply to me that if these people aren't included in this demographic, that these are probably primarily white. Would you say that's a fair assessment? Would you say that's fair? Because I would imagine that like European would probably also mean white. I think like most people across the world would agree that European would imply white. But anyways, not really a thing that I'm we don't need to argue about it or whatever. I think we're on the same page on this one. But yeah, so I think that's more or less why people are more racist abroad. It's just because they're not confronted with a lot of these discussions. And the internet is a good way to sort of not really fair if we talk about racist jokes. Mm, I mean, that would be a really complex discussion to have because then you'd have to get into being like, okay, what's the frequency of racist jokes within like the work environment, or what is it within like professional settings, like at the DMV or whatever, like casual conversation with family. Like I would imagine in a society that's more homogeneous, meaning they have more. I guess I should call it more nationalistic jokes. Um, I don't know. Nationalism to me has like a different meaning entirely. I would think like, yeah, I mean, if you're talking about nationality as in like the country like of the person's origin or whatever, but most people when they make racial jokes though, they're not doing it based off nationality. They're doing it based off race, right? So it'd be like when people make black people jokes, they're not making like Haitian black people jokes or like Rwandan black people jokes. They're making like generalized black people jokes based off of the physical traits of that person, right? Like when people make Indian jokes, they're not distinguishing probably between Pakistani and like Indian, right? Or Arab, they're not like differentiating between the different regions in the Middle East. So I would say racial jokes in general are probably more towards like the actual like physical characteristics of a person rather than their nationality. God, I gotta get back to figuring out this fucking arm. Like Baltics fucking hate each other and calling them the same race would probably make them really mad. Yeah, well, it's like the French Canadians and the Anglo Canadians, right? They hate each other too, but they're more or less the same. I mean, they have different origins. Like French Canadians are more, from France and all that shit, but there's certainly you would probably piss off a lot of Anglos if you called them French and vice versa. But I think if I made like a joke, like a racist joke towards French people, I would do it based off of their French traits rather than their Canadian traits. You know, it just doesn't work as well if it's not as I don't know. That's sort of typically how we do racism. Anyways, this is not a fucking racist 101 class, but if we're getting into the nitty gritty, I feel like I die on my hill. So EU racism is more sophisticated. I wonder. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. You know what I think I think in the US in particular, like when people are being racist, they actually are being a little bit more sophisticated in it, right? Because sometimes like you'll get like Latino jokes, but you'll get Latino jokes against like, I don't know, Puerto Ricans or specific subsects of like a specific group of people, right? And I think you only really get that in more diverse communities. So you get like the diverse communities ribbing on each other. So you almost get more racist jokes. So we're almost better at it than you guys, right? We're more trained. We have more experience. We've got a larger arsenal of racism to execute with. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying. I used to hate this song, and then I listened to it like a billion times, and I think it fucking rules. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna wrap up at 8, eh? I'm still wrapping up at 8, guys. I saw chat and had to tune in. Oh yeah, we're getting into like we were getting pretty into like the weeds on sort of defining racism, right? My I don't even know, there was no like argument. It was more like a discussion. I think my point was more that in the West we're more sensitive to a lot of racism and stuff like that. More than other countries like let's say Russia or like Eastern Europe or Asia in particular, right? Because the more my argument was that the more homogenous a society is, the less tolerant they are, or the more tolerant they are to racism, in the sense that they're more willing to be racist. Whereas in countries where there's more diversity, there's less tolerance towards it. Even though there's a higher prevalence of people reporting racism, there's less tolerance to it. But it's just because it's more common, because there's more diversity, there's going to be more people speaking up against diversity. But because there's more diversity, there's also going to be more understanding cross culturally as well. So it's almost like a weird paradox where it seems like the West is more racist, when in reality it probably isn't compared to other places. If a lot of places in like Asia or Russia or whatever, I don't know, more homogenous societies had the same side of cultural, same type of cultural conflicts that we have here in the West, I think they would not be handled as well as they are in the West. And I think the West gets a bad rap when it comes to racial tolerance. But the reality is, I think it's sort of the prevalence of calling out racism is higher in the West because there's more diversity, and I also think that comes with more tolerance towards less tolerance towards racist behavior, right? So it's a double edged sword. It's kind of like it feels like we're more racist, but the reality is we probably aren't. I don't know. That's sort of my sense, though. That's sort of my sense. It's like it's more talked about, and so it feels like people do it more. But I think like it's just not an issue in more homogenous societies because there's no minorities to complain. They're just more homogenous, right? The West is quite vocal about it. Yeah, well, it's a consequence of the diversity, right? Like if you're somebody in a minority group, but your minority group's still 30% of the population, you're gonna be a lot more comfortable talking about it than if your minority group is 2% of the population, right? I feel like Americans and Canadians are just soy. Yeah, dude, I've been castrated since the age of 12, I think, roughly, right? I'm pretty much sissified and bimbified. You know, I drink my Soylent pretty much daily. I think it's mandated by the Canadian government. Justin Trudeau makes us drink Soylent, believe it or not. Every 3 months we have to wear maid outfits and do little like T Rex wrists. It really is. It's an interesting culture. The more you learn about it, the more you'll get really like acclimated with how soy we really are. Trudeau branded Soylent, yeah. Oh, Canada. But man, it tastes good when you get like strawberry flavored soy. It doesn't really matter how much estrogen's pumping through your veins. It just tastes so good that you can't help drinking more. I gobble it up, you know. So how do we land on that shoulder? This one, I don't know. I think the arm needs to be longer, so that's why I'm kind of playing around with length right now, and I'm gonna tweak some shit. I'm trying to make it work, but I think it was too short earlier, and now it feels weird, and I think it could be because my hand is just proportionately too small for the wrist, and so maybe I gotta tweak this. I think I did this on another layer though. Yeah, I did it on another layer. I drink vodka and beat my wife daily to keep my masculinity. All right, bro. I should not be laughing at that, guys. I don't condone jokes like that. Okay, keep it in the DMs. That was not. That was. Sorry, I'm giggling. That was not funny. Kick hot. I'm deeply offended. In that case, I know you're joking, so I feel a little bit more okay laughing at it. But slippery slopes. It feels like we're. It's at so far. That's a strange way of spelling that. I feel like we like where it's at so far. Ah, that's what you meant. Okay, yeah, 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 got it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with that. I like the length. I just don't like the connection on the elbow right now. I gotta make it more appealing. I don't want to do like some fucking stupid like pointy elbow. I feel like I always do that. An elbow has like form to it, you know. It's got depth. It's got volume. It's basically it's where the bone sticks out of. Fuck. What layer are these stupid little dots on? There's no way I have a wife. I'm in a Twitch chat. You'd be surprised, dude. There's a lot of married people in Twitch chat. Ori, aren't you married? Or you're engaged, right? Have you gotten married? Do you have a date? I'm trying to change the topic now so that we don't keep talking about fucking horrible shit in chat. Vodka's expensive. I have some crazy fucking like 70 something percent vodka in my kitchen right now. Engaged, no date, yeah. No date yet. How long have you been with your freaking Lady? Question mark? I don't know. A partner? Whatever. See, this is how soy I am. I say partner. God, I'm so cocked. I've come so far. Your fucking soulmate. How about that? How long have you guys been together? I don't know if I asked the question or if I just talked. Let's just say a while. Okay, we'll take that. We take those vague answers. That's cool, dude. You hype? Do you have a plan for it? Or like are you just going hands free? Are you just like, it's her day or whatever. If whatever she wants to do, I'm just gonna say yes, honey, and go along with it. If we have to have a Pikachu themed wedding, so be it. That's life. I feel like that's what I'd be like I don't think I will ever get married because I have zero interest in being married. But if I did get married, that's probably my attitude towards it, where I'd be like, look, I don't give a fuck about marriage. So whatever you want to do, babe, go crazy, and I'll just say yes, honey. And of course, I'll help. I'll be a good partner. But we have tentative plans, but I for sure have a say in a lot of it. Okay, cool. A man in charge. I like that. In Russia, it's about $1 per 100 milliliters. I don't know if that's expensive. That's I don't I have no idea. Probably not. 100 milliliters is quite a bit, right? How much is it at 2.6? 2.6 of vodka in milliliters. So that's like a 2.6 is. Oh my god, just give me a fucking conversion. Ounce to milliliter. 1 milliliter is 29 ounces. Okay, so let's do 26 milliliters. Yeah, that's pretty fucking cheap, dude. A 2.6 here is like, I don't know, $20 ish. And that would be like 768 milliliters roughly. So that would basically be like, that's like 3 times cheaper. Probably more. Canada's expensive, dude. Canada's really fucking expensive. Why am I'm always drawing on the wrong fucking layer? Whatever. It's fine. I'm not mad. Mistakes happen. Now let me just draw it all on the right layer. Insane prices. I wonder. Do you have like a? I wonder what the price are. Is it really that cheap, dude? Part of me is like skeptical, but I genuinely have no idea. And I know Russians love their vodka, so I wouldn't surprise me either. But that does sound crazy to me. Like you basically pay for a 2.6 what we would pay for like a tall can or like a tall boy or whatever of beer, like cheap beer. All right, guys, it's freaking 2:30, or we've been streaming for 2 hours and 30 minutes. I know you guys want more snack. You guys want to ask more snack, more racist questions that are gonna get Snack's entire brand ruined forever, and I'm here for it. But unfortunately, I may need to wrap up. That way, I can be fresh for tomorrow's stream at 12 p.m. Eastern time, and we can draw more beautiful babes and draw more hard bits. and hopefully not be more racist, but who knows? Who knows what the day has in store for us? Okay? So I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do we raid somebody new or do we raid somebody that we know? There's a couple of my friends that are alive right now. PK being one of them, Painted King, and then Virus V. She's gaming right now. PK's drawing, and he's drawing something I helped him with a little bit. Now my question is, do I raid someone new or do I go with PK? I'm just gonna raid PK because PK's gonna be chill if I don't hang out. So / raid Painted King. All right, guys, hang around for a bit. Say hi to PK or fuck off. I don't care. It's up to you. It doesn't matter if you want to raid or not. But it's so easy to just hang out and then leave after you raid. You know, that way I look good. All right. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.